Clear thinking isn't a talent. It's a method. The key tool is simple. Test your ideas honestly. You can be intelligent and still be wrong. You can speak clearly and still be mistaken. Intelligence doesn't protect you from error. Honest testing moves thinking out of your head and into contact with reality. It stops you from trusting confidence alone and forces your idea to face facts. The basic process is straightforward. You make a claim, derive a prediction, and compare that prediction with what you observe. If it matches, the idea gains support. If it fails, the idea must change or be dropped. This approach doesn't reward good stories or strong feelings. It rewards agreement with reality. Honest testing is the core tool of clear thinking. Smart reasoning can still support false beliefs. A sharp mind can build a strong argument for a weak claim, explain it well, defend it quickly, and win debates. But none of that proves the claim is true. Intelligence can become dangerous when it's used only for defense. A clever mind can create excuses, ignore missing data, and add complexity to hide gaps. That isn't discovery. It's the protection of a belief. Bias doesn't disappear just because someone is smart. Sometimes intelligence makes bias worse because it gives you better tools to justify what you already want to believe. Testing matters because it bypasses style and status. It forces an idea to face a result. It doesn't care how clever the argument sounds. When intelligence is tied to testing, it helps you move toward truth. When it isn't, it can become a tool for self-deception. Testing begins with prediction. Many ideas fail at this first step because they don't predict anything clearly. They stay vague and use flexible language so they can never be wrong. A strong idea makes specific predictions. A prediction is a clear statement about what should happen under clear conditions. It's not a general impression or a story. It's a result you can check. Good theories don't just describe the past. They tell you what should happen next. If they're correct, and that allows reality to judge them, you strengthen your thinking when you ask what you would expect to see if an idea is true. Then you make that expectation measurable. You define what counts as success and what counts as failure. If you can't produce a prediction, you can't test the idea. And if you can't test it, you shouldn't call it verified knowledge, real. Testing involves risk. People sometimes call something a test when it can't really fail. They look only for support and avoid hard checks. That isn't testing. A meaningful test must allow the possibility that the idea could be wrong. If a method can't show failure, it can't show truth either. A strong claim is one that allows a possible result that would contradict it. Without that, the claim is protected from reality. Protected claims may feel strong, but they're weak. Clear thinking improves when you welcome the possibility of being wrong, not because you want to fail, but because you want accuracy. Accuracy requires exposure to correction. A fair test doesn't sabotage your idea. It sets up clear conditions and then accepts the outcome. If the outcome conflicts with the idea, you update the idea. True testing requires openness to being wrong. A good explanation is not proof. Language can be persuasive. A claim can sound clear and logical, with smooth steps and strong confidence. But words alone don't force reality to agree. Reasoning helps you form predictions and design tests, but reasoning by itself can't confirm truth. Evidence has more weight than verbal strength because evidence comes from outside personal preference. Two people can argue endlessly, but careful. Measurement can show which prediction matches the world. If an idea stays only in language, it stays unverified. When it connects with the world through measurement or clear observation, it becomes checkable. This doesn't mean everything can be tested quickly. It means you should know the difference between something that sounds right and something that has been checked. Only evidence can verify ideas. Honest testing also requires clear conditions. A test has to be defined, not improvised. If conditions aren't clear, you can't compare results. If measures aren't defined, you can't tell what changed. A good test specifies what you're measuring, how you're measuring it, and under what conditions. This reduces error and chance effects. Careful design helps you isolate causes by holding some factors constant and changing one factor at a time. You can apply this in everyday thinking. If you're testing a learning method, define the time spent, the material used, and how you measure learning. If you're testing a productivity method, define the task and how you measure output. Precise conditions make testing more reliable, that one result isn't enough for strong trust. A single success can happen by luck, and a single failure can happen because of noise. That's why repeated results matter. When a result appears again and again under the same conditions, it suggests a real relationship. If it repeats across different methods and different people, confidence grows even more. Claims become stronger when others can get the same result by following the same steps. This reduces the chance that the outcome came from a hidden mistake, a biased sample, or a special condition. Clear thinking improves when you look for consistency. Test again, try slightly different setups, and see if the same pattern still holds. Repeated results don't guarantee perfect truth, but they reduce the chance that you're being fooled by chance. Honest testing also means looking for failure. Many people test in a biased way, searching for support and avoiding hard cases. A strong tester does the opposite. You ask where your idea might break and test that case first. If it breaks, you learn quickly. If it holds, your confidence grows in a stronger way. This approach reduces confirmation bias because it forces you to search for disconfirming evidence and consider alternative explanations. It keeps you from building a belief system that can't face reality. Searching for error strengthens understanding and keeps your thinking flexible. Testing helps separate opinion from fact. Opinions can go on forever. People can disagree about reasons and interpretations without end. Measurement creates a shared reference point. You might want a certain result, but careful measurement shows what actually happens. That's why testing is a path toward more objective truth. Clear methods, defined steps, and recorded results reduce the role of personal preference. Others can review the process and repeat it. You don't have to trust a person if you can check the method and repeat the result yourself. Clear thinking grows when you stop treating strong opinion as knowledge and instead ask what evidence supports the claim, whether it's been tested, and whether the result can be repeated. Testing keeps truth independent of opinion. Testing isn't a one-time action. It's a habit. A single test can be misleading because conditions change, tools improve, and new data appears. An idea that once seemed correct may later need revision. That's why testing has to be ongoing. When testing becomes a habit, you naturally ask for evidence, look for clear predictions, and compare claims with outcomes. You don't rely only on mood or motivation. You can build this habit with small routines, like testing one belief each week, keeping a simple record, reviewing outcomes, and updating your confidence. You stop treating your first conclusion as final. Ongoing testing helps maintain clarity. Testing also requires humility. Pride makes fair testing difficult. If you need to be right, you'll avoid honest checks, explain away results, and protect your idea instead of improving it. Humility allows evidence to guide your thinking. It doesn't mean low confidence. It means accepting that you might be wrong and being willing to learn from outcomes. When you hold ideas lightly and treat them as tools rather than identity, a failed test becomes progress, not a personal loss. Humility supports honest testing. Honest testing is the foundation of reliable thinking. Intelligence is useful, but it isn't enough. Words can't persuade, but they can't prove. Feelings can be strong, but they aren't evidence. The stable path is to test ideas against reality. You make clear predictions, define clear conditions, measure results, repeat tests, look for failure points, and let others verify. When results disagree, you update. This habit reduces self-deception and false confidence. It helps you build beliefs that match the world. You don't need perfect certainty to think well. You need a clean method that stays connected to evidence. Honest testing is the foundation of reliable understanding.